Alright, I believe I am back. I am not back. What the heck is going on? Alright, I think I'm back. I think I'm actually back now. Alright, back to it. So, for the third crash of this dialogue, and internet drop again. This is getting really annoying. Christopher stream crash. It's just this dialogue. Everything was fine. A slight hiccup during the space fight, and now it's just not working at all. God. Okay. Looks like it's fine now. So just paranoid now of it just immediately crashing as soon as I look away. It seems to be working now. Now please play the game. Alright, so provoked the Gene Stealers. They're gonna do an attack on a ceremony, replacing people at the ceremony with enforcers. There are still going to be civilians there, family of the enforcers. So yeah, let's go to the ceremony and take down this Gene Stealer cult. Maybe, finally, hopefully. I'll attend the ceremony. Hear a burst of interference, followed by Cabela joining the channel. Demolish. The whispers deaths are uttering the name of Nimsite ever more loudly. Must meet the enemy face to face. Very well, we'll capture him together. So be it. Cabela's voice is quiet, and somehow even more grim and ominous than usual. Let's replay this all far with Jai. Just in case I need persuasion skills. I doubt it. And I feel like having Jai around would be a good idea. So, bringing her instead of Ulfar. To the officer's deck. A row of disguised enforcers are listening to the confessor's words in silence. All around you are Starbuck's chosen people, each addressed as a member of the officers' families. Close by, a kindly-looking old woman is fumbling with a starched handkerchief. Catching your eye, she smiles with a mouth that is missing half its teeth and whispers, "Everything is going as planned, your lordship." Look at the participants in the ceremony. The facade is holding, everyone playing their role perfectly. The Master at Arms must have instructed them thoroughly and shown them how best to conceal their weapons. All of them are wearing their best. Even you cannot tell where they are hiding their ornaments. Who might you be, Madam Matriarch? Linda Thuggerfold, Lord Captain. Transferred from the Enforcers with the rank of Senior Lieutenant to the staff of your lordship's quarters on account of my age and declining health. As you can see, there's no such thing as a former enforcer. A friendly smile stretches across her bloodless lips. So would Cyber trust my safety to someone so advanced in years? Nah, I'm gonna trust her. I'm bored. Perhaps you might amuse me with a story. Oh, the stories I could tell. Remember in the early days of my time in service, someone started poisoning the food in the kitchen. Couldn't catch the vermin, so I came up with an idea to get into a vat of protein porridge and catch them unawares. I was a small and skinny little thing, so I climbed into the vat. And sat there up to my neck in porridge. Waited a long time before someone lifted the lid. It was one of the kitchen servants, but a man twice my size, carrying a bag of foul-smelling stuff. Give me a moment. Things are still working, right? God, I'm so paranoid. Yes, things are still working. Alright. And that was it. I grabbed him by the shoulders and dunked him into the porch. Held the brute down until he passed out. Master at Arms back then, he lauded my ingenuity and commended me for apprehending the poisoner. But he also took the cost of the porch out of my wages. Perhaps you should have climbed into an empty vat. Not wrong. I was young and foolish. I thought only how I might nab the culprit. Well, life will tell. Give me another. I'm afraid we don't have time, Lord Captain. You must be vigilant. The treacherous scum is about to reveal himself. Ceremony comes to an end. The vows are given, and the forehead of every officer is graced with a touch of the confessor. Now comes the moment for the closing prayer. May the God Emperor protect us. Indeed. Holy crap, that's a lot of melted candles. A loud and menacing voice booms through the hall, cutting short the sacred words. But not today.
You cannot stop the angels, faithful! not let a single one break through!
I will not die in dishonor.
But I will grant none.
Oh, please, you try.
Killer Morph. Toughness 120. God dang. Promise of Freedom. Every happens inflicts +1 stack of fatigue on target for 1 round if the target fails the toughness resistance test. Promise of Retribution. This weapon deals an additional bonus ballistic skill bonus direct damage to the target for each stack of fatigued. And then just a dead shot step revolver. Cult Ambush. Holy crap, does this dude have abilities for days? Not much armor and not much health. He's probably gonna eat crap soon. Insurgents. Laborer. Or Nemesis. This creature's wounds drop below 30%, they immediately attack their enemies with Fistling. In the next turn, all the creature's subsequent attacks will also be performed with Fistling. Deals 20 to 40 energy damage with 10% armor penetration and pushes targets back 3 cells away. So they just start chucking grenades. Or rot. A plasma pistol. Wait, rot. That's the person from the one thing that Cabela was doing, the undercover Cabela mission. That's the one of the 3 that got away. So Cabela? Here's your chance. Alright, I'm not flanked. Dash, bolt pistol. Charge with a mono knife. Okay. Alright, let's go.
The Sire Song guides me.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
But we will inherit all.
I must not falter.
Why did you not charge?
I move as if unseen. If I must. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause.
Dang. Not bleeding. They're as good as dead.
I deal death with my hands. If I must. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
Armor 0. Good luck, have fun. No! YouTube! Stop having issues! God damn. Okay, it seems fixed. Alright. Anyways, get wrecked, dude. You have no armor.
If it serves your cause.
Out of my way. Hold on.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. Never fight fair. Jack going somewhere? Tell me, and it is done. I shall not fail. Death is a blessing. As the tenets, let your soul be purged. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure. As honor orders, the blade whispers your name. I shall not fail. It is a blessing.
Nice. Why did you take more shots?
Am I getting paid for this? Don't get too cocky.
Here we go. Let's make it quick.
At your beck and call.
Alright, so now I can see his crap. What's he have? Kick, Operations, Touch, Combat Master, Inevitable Vengeance. When an ally is killed by an enemy, as soon as the enemy is turned in, sometimes melee attacks that enemy and grants his allies a plus $5 character this combat stacks. Stronghold of the Uprising, damage dealt to enemies is reduced by 5% for each of his living allies. Looks like always has a plan. Little weapon combat. I don't like Invincible Uprising. But Stronghold of the Uprising is failing terribly, as they are dying very fast.
I will do my duty. Indeed. At your beck and call. Gray hair, sure hair.
The arms for the souls, their tyranny ends today. Reinforcements, okay.
Victory is imminent.
Probably should have done that first, but whatever.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. On it. not me. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. You should feel honored to witness this.
Alright. Hold on, how about a 3 movement points? They can't even reach. It's gonna hurt when they do reach, though.
As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Burn.
I am his will made manifest. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Right in the prayer.
The aberrant got a lot smaller after he died.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless. A dance of blades and shadows.
Get him, Cabela.
The shadows will see it done. As the tenets demand. There is only death, yours or mine.
Slaughter the fool. How's his dodge getting so high? Triggered auto dodge due to Relics of Unknown Saints, a parameter that helps negate damage from melee and range attacks of Relic of Unknown Saints. What? And yeah, it does pit lightly what she does.
Trust me.
Dead. Falls unconscious. Well, Cabela will get him.
Emperor, protect me. Moving out. Hear you moving. No more.
Alright, you're finish the thing. Darn, not reduced to 0. Whatever.
If I must.
What? You lucky little sucker.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I know what I'm doing, usually.
Jai. Time to break the game with busted abilities. Like, press the advantage.
I can do that with the right incentive.
So I just got 84 stacks of plus 4% damage. And I fire 7 shots.
Don't get too confident. Never fight fair.
Get wrecked. Oh, Insurgent over here.
Another soul
Bleeds to
slips
death.
beyond the veil.
Nimsite's crouching on the ground, clutching at the bleeding wound under his ribs. His tortured body is still strong, and everything in his posture expresses a will to fight on. Red scarf no longer covers his face, and the vigilante grins at you with bloody teeth. Weak. I have yet to be impressed. You didn't even get to kill a single one of the enforcers. The bright, familiar eyes of the flute player from the lower decks glint with boldness. The humble swindler who used to play tricks on fools with the help of his trained rat now nods at you mockingly. I've been waiting for this meeting, Lord Captain. It was the flute player was Nemesite? What the crap? I was not expecting that. No longer covered by the broken goggles, the hairless skull is bulging with massive growths. However, the mutant nature of your enemy is just as quickly betrayed by an even more unsettling feature, a third arm growing out of his torso. You watch as its fingers deftly empty the drum of his stub cylinder and load it with fresh rounds. I know you. You are the fortune peddler from the freight line who entertain the rabble with games and music. Not only them, as you can see, I also sing glorious songs about the cruelty of the officers, the callousness of the Lord Captain, and the bravery of the selfless Nemesite. Nobody ever notices the pathetic little flute player who always carries a few ration cards for bribing enforcers, do they? Hiding in the shadow of your rotten kingdom is far too easy. Surrender, and you'll be judged fairly for your transgressions. Aren't you a little overconfident? Nemesite casts a glance on the stub revolver in his hand. Back at you. You are right in front of me. My gun is loaded. I believe this tune is not quite finished yet. Feels like time has become vicious and is slowing you down. You see the bloody hand Nemesite raise a weapon, and your body reacts of its own accord. There's no time to deliberate. You draw your weapon, you point the barrel at Nemesite. He's already aiming his own at you. A malevolent grin spread over his face. The two black muzzles stare into each other. The world around you narrows to a thin line. Belle emerges nearby like a shadow, a blade gleaming menacingly in her hand. She hisses softly, ready to pounce. It is your thread that will break today, and no other. Save your message for your false god when you meet him, servant of death. I am glad I get to take you both down at once. The second gun is now pointed at Cabela. The ballast your murderous sect will fall along with the Lord Captain. No matter what being you call to your side, I have the God Emperor on mine. It means you are doomed. If you knew even a shred of truth about my god, you would already be groveling on the floor, begging for a swift death. Absorbed in his zealous rejoinder, Nemesis is no longer holding you firmly in the sights of his weapon. A tense silence follows, for all the words have been spoken. At last Nemesis says quietly, "It's time. Farewell, Lord Captain." The Seabrick's smile vanishes from his face. Instead, his demeanor turns cold, collected, calm, the indifferent skirmish of a skull. Time stops for a moment, and then, as if tossed by a blast whip, the events fly forward like murderous shrapnel. Knight of Cabela, act and tam at him to deceive the enemy. Cabela move as one, and you manage to confuse the Nemesis with a perfectly timed maneuver. He's left hesitant to fire, but you are not. Cabela takes a deep breath and wipes the blood off her blade. The living legend's head lies severed at her feet. Look at the corpse. Captivated body lies motionless on the deck. Cut at the neck stares back at you from the grotesquely distorted ridge of his spine. The power of the folk myth fades into the air like the smoke billowing from the muzzle of his stub revolver. Bella, are you alright? It did not harm me. Bella looks at Emside's body with an incomprehensible expression. But he tried. Such was his idea, and he remained committed to it till his last breath. He was a good death. Thus ends the struggle of Nemesis. Bella picks up the severed head from the deck and gazes into its extinguished eyes with strange wistfulness. Struggle is not people, struggle is ideas, and people are merely their vessels, carriers of the struggle. I need to reflect on his death, don't I? I need to stand before the Undying One and hear his blessed whisper. We can discuss what happened after. I got the Deadshot stub revolver, the promise of freedom, and the promise of retribution. Relics of Unknown Saints. When the wearer has less than 50% wounds, every second attack against them is automatically dodged. The effect lasts for up to 2 rounds. Interesting. LD pattern needle rifle. What's LD stand for? So that's fallen. All hail Lord Captain.
Rise to the top.
Oh,
or
Zerbin,
you're left
you good?
in the dust.
Aberration dared violate sacred ceremony was obliterated. Retribution has been served. Glad you're okay. I completely forgot about you. Faceline, consumable, and a plasma pistol. I don't need that. Looks like a crap ton of grenades and armor and stuff. Wait, a bolt pistol, does that mean an enforcer? Yep, an enforcer died. Darn, I thought I saved them all.
Is there money to be made?
To the bridge. Alright, Bella needs to speak. She's probably gonna bleed on the floor again. Yep. God dang it.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
The malformed skull in Cabela's hands has been polished to bell sheet. Its empty eye sockets pose a questioning the answer to death. What the crap, Capella? What did you wish to discuss?
For years, I have been honing my body and spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for Nemesis was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt. I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web?
I think I'm just gonna say I cannot be the judge of that. I feel like this is something that she needs to figure out.
Neither can I. All my life, I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told. I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny until you came along, Nemo.
The way Capella drags her metal claws across the skull in her hands seems almost affectionate.
I might just as easily have met Nemesite's fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin. It has satiated the void that gnaws at my soul, if only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out. May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
Okay. She has a lot of things to figure out. Have I not talked to these guys yet? Anyways, back to the expanse. Nemesis is dealt with. Back over here to Janus, because Janus decided to have an issue as soon as I left. Our captain and his crew have lost track of how much time they have spent in the warp drive. The vessel itself, the gurney, and the bulkheads. The Voxer master reports. Will happen so many times before and would happen yet again, no matter what occurred. The officers could not shake the feeling they were running in circles, as the voyage across the sea of souls would be eternal. Routine actions blended into grey nothingness and filled the crew's hearts with anguish. Many members considered submitting to the mercy of the chaotic power outside. Days went by, but the navigator did not get the order to leave the material. Contact the navigator. Navigator gave praise to the God Emperor. The Lord Captain had replied at last. It turned out the ship had gotten stranded in temporal anomaly, and only the vessel's Cyclers had managed to resist his malignant influence. The warp is full of countless riddles, but this one has finally been solved and stands ready to release the ship into real space. Okay. That was an event. Unsealed gate. Alarming news from Janus. The webway gate has opened. Bring forth the way of a Xenos. So lose one complacency. Send diplomats? I have peace with Eldari there, so I hope this is their doing and it's going to be good. Send diplomats. Diplomats end up prisoners of the Drukari raiders that have invaded Janus. The Xenos flee the planet through the webway, taking their victims with them. God dang it. Crap, I should have expected Drukari. Alright, Kieva Gamma needs me, Veba 6 needs me. So, in the giant mess of pathways I have, what is the quickest way to get out to Kieva Gamma? You know what? Screw it. Let's just slap a path between all of my colonies. Because why not? And stream's having issues. I guess that's why you don't. Why are you having issues again? Hmm. Alright, seems whatever's going wrong has stabilized, so now I just have to wait for it to catch back up, or not. God dang it. So frustrating. How did I fix this? What do I do to fix this? How did I fix this? testing. So that seems to be some of the problem. Is that it's trying to catch up everything that was missed. Which means it's not sending what's being created. So what happens if I do this? Nothing. Okay, cool. Good to know. Why is things not working? Okay, so I'm not finding any settings to make it stop doing that, so we'll catch up. I think I'm just gonna have to end stream here. This isn't working anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to end stream here. Just isn't working. Can't get stable connection. As soon as I say that, everything comes stable. Still has so much to catch up on, though. Fuck.